Hello, good morning, everyone. This is the Abundance Oracle. Please like, share, and subscribe. And please subscribe, especially because I have a target for this year, and I help you, you help me. All right. So what I'm getting lately from two of my friends is, what do I do next? What do I do next? What do I do next? And it seems as though a lot of people that had expectations of the way things were going to go in this administration and things, taxes, and other items that they expected would be different by now, and they're not. They're asking me, okay, what if things stay like this? What if the digital currency goes through? What if the banks start to default, which, a few have already started the past couple of years. But what do I do? How do I protect myself? And these are single women, and these women, as myself, I think we're more concerned because the buck stops here. There is no backup person for myself, for my kids. There's no backup. We're it. The buck stops here. There's no changing it. So it's up to us to figure out as best we can how to protect not only ourselves, but also our kids. And some of you lucky ladies out there might already have grandkids. I have one friend, Wendy, who has a relatively new little grandkid. It's very wonderful. And the rest of us are all waiting. All right, so if you haven't started to organize, or if you started to organize yourself in the past, sorry, the birds fly up, then decided, oh, everything's going to be all fine and perfect, and we no longer need to worry about that, and you gave away some of your organization, or you stopped collecting the things you needed to collect, or learning the skills that you need to learn, and didn't anticipate that you'd ever lose your job. Well, one call 2 days ago from my friend down in Texas. She moved back into her family home, and now she was renting it out, and now her and her son are living there, and the sink, as they move in, they're not even there for very long, the sink is all clogged up. And then I get another text message, oh my gosh, you never believe this, the water stopped. The water pump, she's not connected to the town water, because it's sort of out in the not out in the boonies, but not in the city. The water pump stopped working. So all these unexpected issues are showing up. And then I have another friend who also single person, where the buck stops there. She has good news. Her daughter said she would do a certain learning and didn't have the money for it, but my friend really wanted her to do it, and I thought, oh, that would be really good if she does it. So she, out of her pocket, she started to pay for it. Well, wouldn't you know, she goes to figure out how to get there where she needs to go, and there's no money. So now she's also paying for plane tickets. And on the way from my friend's house back home, my friend has a nice house, and her daughter currently, she's younger, and she lives in not a motorhome, I don't know what you call them, a home, a pre-made home, I guess you call it. And there was a hurricane that came up and damaged the home. So there's just all of a sudden, when you think the good things are happening, challenges with your money. And then, and you just don't anticipate some of this. And it's not horrible for those people that have been squirreling away a little bit here, a little bit there, and have backup for themselves. But it looks like more and more people caved into their desire to use their backup emergency funds instead of finding a different way to make extra money, or to have or work out a payment plan and keep that emergency fund for what happens if someone is really in emergency, like they have to go to the hospital, or they have to go get a tooth pulled out, or something like a real emergency. So what it might be time for those of you that don't have extra savings squirreled away somewhere, and I'm not talking about in your 401k plan, because wait till I tell you what they're going to be doing with the 401ks. The real estate, like the commercial real estate, that's not doing well. They're the famous one that you know that you don't trust right now with real estate, and I can't say it here, but what they're doing is they've just gotten the laws changed for the whole federal system so that now they can put your 401k money, or a portion of that money, in more riskier situations. And some of those riskier situations is going to get some of these commercial buildings. So they're going to figure out, okay, good, we've got 80%, that's good. We're going to load up some of our bad commercial real estate into those programs. And what if there's no money made, or even worse, on that particular fund? So behind the scenes, and I only know all of this, I worked with one of the top 2 investment banking firms in the United States, and we managed some very large sums of money. So I learned things very early on that has gotten me not to put any of my money in a 401k plan. If you don't control your assets, if you're not the one in charge of your assets, you cannot count on someone else making sure it's secure. Look at U.S. Treasuries currently. They're backed by the U.S. government, and the U.S. government is massively in debt right now. Do you know what other countries in the past who've been massively in debt happens to them? The currency collapses. And that's what they're looking at now, putting in cryptocurrencies. And I know there's 2 sides of the crypto story. One is we want to keep it not as centralized banking, and the other one does want centralized banking, which means the same banking system, and maybe you have, let's say, $1,000, and they'll say, okay, well, we're going to give you the new currency, but the new currency that's coming out is so much more valuable. So instead of your $1,000, we're only going to give you $200 of the new currency. And by the way, it's going to be run on your phone. Oh, don't worry about it. You already run so much money on your phones and your credit cards. Well, this is all going to be in one easy location. Don't worry about it. But what we did do is we have your cars, the newer cars, since 2007. If you have your car that was produced after 2007, there's basically a automatic computer in your car that can watch if you're staying within the lines, if you're too close to the car in front of you. Oh gosh, and if you speed during during a construction zone, we need to train those people. I'm sure it's not you, but those bad people that don't follow the speed limits. So what we're going to do is that the car's going to automatically be hooked into your telephone bank account. And you will get a ticket, but don't worry, you don't have to do anything about it because it automatically will be deducting it from your bank account. No human involved, all computerized, and just taking the money. How's that for something? And I've seen I have an older car and I'm keeping it, and people say, if you have an older car that's working, you keep that car up to good standards and you do not give that car over to buy a new car, because the new cars have subscriptions with them. So anyway, we don't need to get into all that, but going back, things may not turn out as good as some of us expected it would. And I think we need to start discussing, what do you do if things turn for the worse? So anyway, we'll be having those conversations in the future. And I know this is a long video, but this is the Abundance Oracle. Please like, share, and subscribe. Especially subscribe, please. Thank you so very much for your help, and hopefully I can help you out. Goodbye.